Hello and welcome to Mountain View Woodworking Crafts. Today we're going to be making planter boxes. I got an order to make an elevated planter box, and then I have another one that will be sitting on the actual ground, so two different designs. The first one, the elevated one, is going to be 30 inches tall by 48 inches long by 24 inches wide. And that's what I'm going to be starting with because it is going to be a Mother's Day gift. So, let's get started. Alright, so in this video I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to do a voiceover because I decided that I was just not going to talk in this video. So, I used ChatGPT initially to give me the measurements for this to make a 48 by 24 build, and whenever it gave me the measurements, it actually told me to cut those side boards at 24 inches, and it didn't account for the front and the back boards. So I'm going to be taking off 6 inches from the 24 inches that I initially cut. For whatever reason, I went to use my compact drill and this Craig jig bit wouldn't fit in. I don't know if it was stripped because it was old or what, but so I had to use my regular drill, and because it's treated lumber and it was like soaking wet from being treated, I had a heck of a time drilling it out with my regular drill. I was really missing my compact drill. So I use the 2.5 inch Craig jig screws, which are the exterior screws. Because of the width of the wood is 1.5, you have to use 2.5 Craig jig screws. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and comment. I was actually just thinking while I was doing this, I wonder when a 2x4 actual measurements went down to 1.5 by 3.5 instead of being the 2x4. I think my house was built in like 1960 and it has what appears to be a actual 2x4. So let me know in the comments when that actually changed. So in making the corner boards here for the legs, I decided to rip these boards down to 1.5, so it would be a total of, I might be wrong, 3.5. No, that's wrong. 1.5 and 1.5 is 3, so it'd be 3 inches wide. And because I ripped them down, whenever I went to Craig jig them, it didn't work for the 1.5 thickness. It actually like drilled too far up, so it took me a while to figure out the depth of where I needed to use on the actual Craig jig and on my drill bit so that it actually drilled through there and not through it. And then whenever I went to attach it, I realized that with the width that I have it was going to come over where the joint was, so I decided to rip it down so that it would be flush with the joint. So today I'm going to let you in on a little bit of my personal life and talk about mental illness because as I was editing this video, it was painfully obvious to me at how horrible I look from the side of the screen. I knew that I had felt bad both mentally and physically because the last few weeks have been what I describe as like unwell, bad, and dark. There's nothing really in particular going on. There hasn't been any big life changes or acute events in my life recently, but I could feel the darkness rolling in, like when you can feel it when a bad storm is coming and the sky looks pretty angry. I don't really tell you this for attention or pity, as I don't want any, but I tell you because I want anyone and everyone in my life to be aware and acknowledge that mental illness or mental illnesses are real. You don't need to, in quote, go off the deep end, end quote, or be institutionalized to deeply struggle. I think it's important for people to know that even when we look normal or the goofiest person in the room or the most successful person in the room, mental illness doesn't discriminate. It attacks just like the very unfortunate cancer diagnosis, and it's a chronic illness, and it's honestly life-changing. So why am I telling you this while I'm building a planter box in my basement? First and foremost, I want people to know they're not alone. Feeling alone in your fight makes any illness feel like a giant, and mental illness is no different. I'm on multiple platforms of social media and will always be a safe haven for those that need it. Second, to make those aware that may not quite understand it, how heavy it can feel to carry, and how much it means to simply just have support. There is no cure, we all know that. We don't expect it. But sometimes a simple random text or act of kindness can make such a difference, even if it seems pointless or small to you. And last, check on your people. Life is hard, there's challenges and hurt on literally every corner. Be a good human. I hope you all have a good day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there, the mothers that have lost and those that were unable. Also, happy Nurses Week to all my fellow nurses out there. Thank you for all you do. That's all for today. Don't forget, Bob's your uncle, and depression is real.